Before launching the hub, you need to make sure that Java is installed on your computer. There are two ways of starting the hub. You can start the hub by configuring it through the command line, or you can start the hub by configuring it using a JSON file. First, let's configure and launch the hub through the command line. Here, I'm going to start the hub using the default parameters only, which means that the hub is going to listen on port 4444. So you need to make sure that our port is open and free. To start the hub with the default parameters, we are going to write cd. Let's cd into the server folder where we saved our jar. Then we are going to write java jar. Let's copy this, paste it here, and set it as the hub. So if I run it as is, the hub is going to listen on port 4444. But you also have the option to change the port by adding the port parameter. Let's say we want to listen on port 8888. We are just going to write -port 8888. But let's run it with the default parameters. Okay. Now it says started socket connector here. So you can verify the status of the hub by navigating to this page here. Once you view this page, that means that the hub is up and running. You can view the hub configuration here. Now let's configure and launch the hub using a JSON file. I already have a default JSON file saved. Let me open it. By the way, all the resources that I'm creating or using in this video will be attached with this lecture. Here you can see the hub configuration. So all the parameters here could also be passed to the command line. To see the full list of hub parameters, just type the help command. To see the full list of the hub parameters, just add -h. And here you can see the full list of parameters here. Cool. Let me clear the command line and let me go back to my JSON file. Now let me go over some of the parameters in this JSON file. The host. The host is the IP of the hub. Here it is set to default, which means that it is going to be determined automatically. If we were using a VPN connection, then we will need to specify it. New session wait timeout. This is the maximum timeout in milliseconds that a test will wait for a node to become available. Past this time, an exception will be thrown. Prioritizer. Here set to default, meaning that the test will execute in the FIFO manner. First in, first out. Capability matcher, here set to default as well. This parameter specifies the process that the hub follows to redirect the test to the appropriate node. By default, the hub will match the node by browser, browser version, or platform. Thrown on capability non-present, here set to default. If set to true, the hub will reject test right away if no node matches the capabilities requested. If set to false, the hub will wait until a node with these capabilities is available for use. Node polling, here set to default. This is the interval of time in which the hub will check whether or not a node is still alive. Max session. Max session is the maximum number of concurrent tests that a particular node can run. Now let's start the hub using this JSON file. First, let me save that JSON file in my server folder. Okay, now to start the hub using the JSON file, we are just going to write java jar and the role is hub. And we are going to specify the JSON file by using hub config parameter and the name of the JSON file, which is hub-config.json. And the hub started successfully as well. Now, one thing that I want to talk about is the importance of creating shell scripts or batch files. This is really important so you don't have to retype the commands every time. So here I'm going to create shell scripts to start the hub. Let's create the shell script file by typing nano. Let's call it hub.sh. Okay, so we are going to write cd into the folder where we have saved our jar. And if we want to launch the hub through the command line, we are just going to write java jar selenium server standalone. The version is 2.39.0, and here we are going to write role hub. So let's save this. So next, I need to make this file executable by running chmod 777 and the name of the file. Now, to start the hub, I can just type hub.sh. And voila. So on Windows, think about creating a batch file. Next, let's see how to register the nodes.